This is the best villager farm that you can make in Minecraft 1.20. It all starts here in the farm where these two villagers will go ahead and breed. Once the two villagers breed, a baby will pop out. That baby will then try to run to the beds and fall into this hole here. This hole leads into a water tunnel that then carries baby villagers over to here. Once the villagers are here, in 20 minutes they will grow up and get pushed up. After they are pushed up from this hole, they then end up in this chamber right here, where if I go down here and click this button here, I will go ahead and collect a villager with a minecart. And now I can dispense him to anything that I may want. But before I show you how to build this farm, I just want to say that only 1.3% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So if you're new here, consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing, as it's free and it really helps me out. Here are all the materials that you will need for this farm. Keep in mind that the glass you can replace with any building block that you choose, and the redstone block can be replaced by a redstone torch. It just is a little bit easier with a block. Before you start building the farm, make sure that you build it at least 64 to 128 blocks away from another village. Once you have found a spot that is kind of flat, go ahead and start by mining a hole and then putting your first water bucket in that hole. Afterwards, in 4 blocks in every direction, you're going to go ahead and till the soil. After you've done all that, go ahead and take out your glass and a 2 tall wall around the entirety of the farm. Go ahead and place it down. And while you're placing down this glass, give me a few moments of your time to talk about my sponsor, Apex Hosting. Apex Hosting provides high quality lag-free servers for a pretty good price, as well as offering 24/7 customer support, 2-click to install plugins, and if it's your first month, you can get 25% off. Go ahead and check them out with my link in the description below, or use code RealJaden at checkout. After you've done this, you want to go ahead and do some monster proofing. Make sure everywhere that is outside these walls is 2 blocks tall, because you don't want any zombies jumping into your farm. Afterwards, go ahead and pick any side and you are going to make a hole. However, before you make this hole, go ahead and place 1 trapdoor on this glass like this, and then you can go ahead and break it. Go ahead and break the one that's underneath as well, and then next to this trapdoor in this little hole space, we're going to mine a 2x1 hole like this that goes 3 blocks deep. Go ahead and take out your last 2 trapdoors, and on this back block right here, go ahead and place a trapdoor, and on this block right here, leading into this third, you're also going to want to place another trapdoor. Go ahead and flick these both down. This will go ahead and trick the villagers to actually walk over here, and now we need to place down our beds. Place down your 6 beds. It doesn't really matter the order that you place them in, just make sure that they are down like so, and then jump into the hole. Once you've jumped down in this hole, go ahead and mine 5 blocks in this direction, and then mine up until you find the surface. After you've mined that hole, go back to where the trapdoors are over here and mine 1 block inward, and then place a water bucket down. Make sure you do this, because if you don't, then baby villagers will go ahead and get stuck in this spot here. At the edge of the water, go ahead and place 1 sign on the very bottom block, and then on the right block, 2nd block up, go ahead and place a 2nd sign. Now 2 blocks ahead, you're going to go ahead and place your water bucket right here, and you can swim out. Where this water is, you want to make sure that the villagers are on level. If you need it to go higher, you can go ahead and place more water up above it. You're going to go ahead and mine a 4x4 hole, which should then go ahead and look like this. Cover this hole in 2 blocks of glass so that the villager chamber looks like this. Go ahead and also take some of the remaining glass that you have and fill in the rest of the beds that are here as well. You do not want to leave these exposed, or else zombies will get into the baby villager chamber. Now we need to build the villager collection system. Go ahead and take out a block that you think will be memorable, like this cobblestone block that I have here, and on this very corner, the farthest one away from this water block here, you want to place it down. Now we need to go underneath. Underneath the actual villager chamber system, you want to make a small base that looks like this. On the bottom, you want to place down a powered rail. This will be the block closest to the left corner, and then you want to place a normal rail up top like this. Afterwards, place another normal rail directly next to it, and then you can mine this top rail up here. This will go ahead and keep this powered rail angled. Behind this powered rail, go ahead and mine the block there, and then place your dispenser behind it. You can then go ahead and fill this dispenser up with your minecarts now. Place a button on the block directly on top of the dispenser, and make sure it works by clicking this button here, and you will see the powered rail went off and the minecart. Now that we know that it works, we need to make sure that this rail system goes directly through this block. And what I mean by that is that we're going to place down our powered rail right here, and we can use our block of redstone right here, or you can just use a normal redstone torch. And then we need to make sure that these rails go through this specific block like this. If it does not do this, it will not collect the villagers. Then we need to go back to the surface, find out where that mysterious block is, line up with it, and then connect it with the rail system underneath like so. Go ahead and double check to make sure this works by clicking your button, and if it goes all the way through up to the top, then of course it works. Now to do some final touches, make sure you flip down this trapdoor downwards. Go ahead and take out your carrots and make sure you fill in the entire farm. Make sure you are using carrots, as wheat will not work for this farm at all. However, if you don't have carrots, you can use potatoes. After you've filled in the farm with carrots, go ahead and take out your composter and place it above the water. A cool little trick that I learned with a slab is if you go on top of the composter and place 3 blocks, jump down and mine those 2 blocks, and place a stone slab directly there. You can then mine that top block. The villager will actually no longer jump onto this composter and break any of the carrots here. But you're also probably wondering how to get the villagers in here. Now there are 2 ways that you can get a villager into this farm. An easier but more expensive way is by using a rail system from a village all the way into your farm. But after you are done, it is a pain to remove all the rails. Instead, I recommend using a slightly more complicated way, but a lot cheaper in the long run. If you go into a village, you're only going to need 2 composters. However, you can use any job to do this. Go ahead and place down one of the jobs, and you can see that the villager will go straight to it. Place a second job just a little bit farther away, and you can go back and collect the first one, and the villager will just follow back to that second job, and you just repeat this process over and over again all the way until you can get back to your farm. Once you have brought this villager all the way to the farm, you may need to actually place a job inside the farm, because if this first composter is already filled up by this person's job, they will not jump in. So you just gotta trick them, or at least encourage them to get in, and then you can go ahead and destroy the composter again. Once you have 2 villagers in this farm, however, you can increase the amount. However, that maximum amount that you can use is 4 villagers, which is why we use 6 beds. And that is it for this farm. If you got to the end of this video, make sure to go ahead and comment carrot, and I will heart your comment. But you may need either an iron farm or a villager trading hall. If you do, go ahead and click on one of the videos that are on the screen now. With that, have an amazing day. Peace.